association with the Chardon High School Boosters Club presents Chardon Hilltopper Football. Tonight's cablecast of the Ohio High School Athletic Association football tournament is presented by the Cleveland Clinic. Tonight's game features the Rebels from Willoughby South and the Hilltoppers from Chardon High School. Tonight's game is also brought to you by Troy Innovative Instruments, Inc., 17039 Rapids Road, Burton, 44021. Good luck, Hilltoppers. Boswick's True Value Hardware, Chardon Plaza, 286-7155. By Security Federal Savings and Loan Association, Chardon Plaza, 285-2111. Since 1916, building the American dream. By Quay Buick and Suzuki, Cleveland and Shaker Heights, 721-6000. Quality begins with QUA. By Friedaball Well Drilling Company, 1-800-582-5479. For water and gas wells, pumping systems, water conditioning systems. By Clemson Excavating, commercial, industrial, and residential, general excavating, roadwork, demolition, and sewers. By Bill Spear Chrysler Plymouth, Inc., Ohio's only 29-time winner of Award for Excellence, Route 6, east of the square. By A.J. Goulder Electric Company, Concord, Ohio, 354-2880, industrial and commercial experts. By Chardon Square Auto and Body, Water Street, Chardon, 286-7600. For auto repair, auto body, tires, and brakes. By Larry D. Crow, agent, State Farm Insurance, 285-3545. By Sitco, manufacturer of precision diamond and CBN tooling. By the Chardon Dairy Queen, the treat capital of Chardon. Quality Auto Group, Buick Olds Pontiac GMC Truck, our name says it all, Route 6 east of the square. By Lawson Ford Mercury, largest Ford Mercury dealer in the Tri-County area for sales, service, leasing, and parts. By Hamden Building Products, lumber and building supplies, Old State Road, 500 feet north of Route 6. By Chardon Giant Eagle, state-of-the-art shopping with bakery, deli, hot foods, and floral departments. By Waste Management of Ohio Western Reserve, residential, commercial, industrial, first in service, Tri-County area. By Howder's Lawn and Sports Center, your Cub Cadet headquarters, 415 Water Street, Chardon, 286-1041, or 15711 West High Street, Middlefield, 632-5997. Stop in and see our full line of Cub Cadet power equipment. By Connecticut Incorporated, quality water systems, innovative drinking water systems, non-electric water conditioners and filters for improving your water. Give them a call, 1-800-554-9673. By Chuck Oll Chevrolet Geo Pontiac, you'll like the way we do business. 1 mile east of Chardon Square on Route 6, 286-9000. By Chardon Eagles Geauga Erie, 2261, 317 Water Street, Chardon. Go Hilltoppers. By Junction Auto Sales, Chrysler Dodge Eagle, dependability since 1931, 286-6161. By Newman, Leary, and Bryce, attorneys and counselors at law. And hello again, everybody, and welcome to Chardon Hilltopper Football. I'm Craig Dees, joined as always by John Walsh. Tonight we're at Sparky DiBiasio Stadium at Euclid High School as the Chardon Hilltoppers take on the Willoughby South Rebels. And John, the last 3 years, this is a very familiar sight for us.
Yes, very much so, and a very favorable sight for the Chardon Hilltoppers as they've been very successful in this field, never having been beaten.
They have played very well in the playoffs throughout the last 3 seasons, hoping once again to make it all the way down to Paul Brown Stadium. Tonight, they have to go through a very tough Willoughby South team who they've played one time before.
Yes, that was in Hurricane Fran time, second game of the season. Chardon came on top 13-12, but I'll tell you, it was a hard-fought battle, and I expect tonight's going to be equally the same.
The field conditions for tonight's ball game are pretty good considering all the weather we've had over the last couple months. The Chardon players commenting before the game, what's all this green stuff all over the field? The track seems to be very good, and both teams come in relatively healthy.
Yes, very much so. As both coaches mentioned, this is the first time in 4 or 5 weeks where they've had their full squad and put the lineup they want to establish onto the field.
Well, we're just about ready for kickoff. We'll head upstairs. We'll have tonight's kickoff, and we'll do that next. We are high atop Sparky DiBiasio Stadium here at Euclid High School as the South Rebels set to take on the Chardon Hilltoppers. Both teams are on the field right now, and they're just about ready for the kickoff. We're not quite sure who's actually going to get the ball first. But one thing we will tell you before we get started here that Little thing about the Cleveland Clinic, who are helping to bring you these games this year. Cleveland is a great sports town, and luckily we have a great sports medicine team right here at the Cleveland Clinic. At the Cleveland Clinic and at our family health centers in Independence and Westlake, our sports medicine experts evaluate and treat patients with injuries and illnesses related to sports activity. So if you have a sports injury, let us be part of your team. We'll get you back on your feet and back on the playing field with the same quality care professional athletes count on. Call the Cleveland Clinic Department of Orthopedics at 444-BONE. That's 444-BONE. You see the umbrellas have sprung out here. It's a light rain falling down now. We've had heavy showers surrounding us this evening. We're not really expecting anything too terrible, probably just hit and miss showers as the night progresses. And Chardon is set to kick off to Willoughby South. Scott Mackar will do the honors for the Hilltoppers. You see they're dressed in their dark jerseys. There's Scott, the sophomore kicker. Playoff time's always exciting, huh, John?
Oh, it's the best. I mean, regular season football is just tremendous, but the level of intensity kicks up to such a level for playoff, and it builds week after week. This is what the game's all about. And unfortunately, you know, as much as I enjoy the regular season, it's just that much more heightened when it comes to the playoffs. Chardon, this team has been totally experiencing it. This is their 4th consecutive year in the playoff. South is getting their first taste of it. They're going to find out what it's all about and try to reach the levels necessary to go on to next week.
So Chardon is ready to kick off, going back deep for Willoughby South. Jeff Mann, Brian Cassidy, and the man in the middle is Eric Schroeder. And Mackar's kick is headed to the far sideline. It's taken by Jeff Mann on the run at the 20. He's across the 30, and he goes down at the 31-yard line, and that's where the Rebels take over. First down and 10, the offensive unit for the South Rebels. Adam Lesko, Dominic Dieter, Mitch Kuzmeyer, Jason Piles, and Kurt Walham are the big guys up front. John Pellegrini is the tight end. The wideouts are Alex Wysocki. The wingback is Jeff Mann. The fullback is Brian Russ. The tailback, Eric Schroeder. And the quarterback is the senior quarterback, 5'9", 165-pound Adam Lulo. Both teams run the wing T offense. It's a first down and 10 for the Rebels. They throw on first down. They split it out to the far side as Alex Wysocki, and he is out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Defensively for the Hilltoppers, Keith Jenkins, Kent Hardesty, Jared Honigman, and Ken Fester are the guys up front. Take a look at that last play. Ryan DeWeese, Nick Goshi, Todd Goodwin are the linebackers. Ryan Davis, Ryan Beeler, Eric Montgomery, and Scott Mackar round out the defensive backs. It's a second down and 4 yards to go for the Rebels. That's Pellegrini going in motion. Lulo hands the ball off to Schroeder. He's hit behind the lineman, stays on his feet, and gets near the 40-yard line before he's shoved out of bounds.
Yeah, almost a tackle in the backfield by Goshi, shooting in from his linebacker position. Came across, got hold of the ankles a little bit, but just couldn't get enough to trip up Schroeder.
Ryan Davis on the tackle for the Hilltoppers. He picks up a gain of about a yard, so third down and 3. We are just underway here, the first quarter, and it is tournament time, and glad you could join us here this evening on the Hilltopper Game of the Week. So it's a third down and 3. Lulo to throw. Pump fakes, look out from behind. Beeler is there, and Beeler drags him down from behind.
That was Ryan Beeler.
He was sandwiched from behind and might have got back to the line of scrimmage before he is dragged down to the ground.
Boy, Beeler came up behind, and Nick Goshi made him front on and just laid a jarring tackle on him. Just beautiful hit. Good defensive set for Chardon at the opening of this game.
So a fourth down, it's 2 yards to go for the Rebels, and they will be in a punt situation. John Pellegrini stands back at his 22-yard line. Eric Montgomery and Scott Mackar go back deep for the Hilltoppers. And the left-footed kicker puts up a nice high end-over-end kick. Fair catch is being called for and taken by Mackar at the 38-yard line, and that's where the Hilltoppers take over. First down and 10. The big guys up front for the Hilltoppers, Keith Jenkins, Ray Landis, Jeff Neal, Kent Hardesty, and Denny Benvenuto. The tight end is Nick Goshi. And we will also see Jenkins in there as well. The wideout, Eric McBride. The tailback, well, actually the running back, Zach Braces, Gary Renner, Eric Montgomery, all those guys you'll see. And the quarterback is a 6'2", 185-pound junior, Brent Weidig, who has led this team to a 10-0 season so far. First down and 10 for the Toppers. That's Braces in motion. They hand the ball to Renner. Renner maybe got a yard as he gets to the 39-yard line. The 5-2 defense by the Willoughby South Rebels. Ryan Anderson, Sean Noe, Adam Lesko, Nick Weimer, and Dominic Dieter up front. The two linebackers are John Pellegrini and Brian Cassidy. The defensive backs, Jeff Mann, Seamus Coyne, Alex Wysocki, and Adam Lulo. So there's the starting defensive unit for the Rebels. Only a gain of a yard for Renner on the last play, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, I tell you, size-wise, right in the middle there, the three big boys right in the middle for Willoughby match up size-wise real well with Chardon. They go a little smaller on the end positions, but the three interior guys are just equal to the size of Chardon.
As Brace is going in motion, White going to keep it on the keeper and wishes he hadn't. He gets hit and dropped. Seamus Coyne came up to make that play. All the way back to, they'll spot it at the 37-yard line. Watch it again.
You can see the fake into the line to Renner there. He's carrying it outside. It's got his trail man behind him, but Shane Coyne just came in, sealed it off, and just didn't leave him the option to pitch, because if you looked out a little bit wider, you'd have seen there was somebody trailing after the trailing guy as well.
Macar is split to the far side. It's a 3rd down and 11. Montgomery goes in motion. This time they go to Montgomery, and Montgomery got a yard or two to the 39-yard line, and that's all.
So far, both these teams have lived with their offenses for the most part. Both got 1,000-yard running backs in their backfield, passed the ball fairly well. As you can see here, they tried to run a little trap up the middle there, but it just wasn't going to go as the linebacker met him head on and just knocked him backwards. Good defensive openings for both these teams, who are offensive powers.
4th down and 8. Adam Lulo goes back deep for the Rebels. Gary Renner to punt. Line drive kick, and he drives it into Lulo's hands at the 22. He's across the 25, gets a block. He's up to the 29, maybe the 30-yard line before he is brought down. And the Rebels, at only the 8:52 mark here in the opening quarter, they get the ball back for the 2nd time.
Yeah, this is, like I'm saying, these are two very powerful offensive teams here. But the defenses so far have taken control. It might be a little bit of playoff jitters, or just maybe just intensity from the defensive side, but we'll see what transpires. Still expect a lot of offense to occur before this ball game's over.
The ball is spotted at the 28.5-yard line for the Rebels. Wysocki is split wide to the far side. Again, its man is the wing. It's Pellegrini coming in motion. They hand the ball to Schroeder. Schroeder tries to turn the near side and does across the 35. He's up to the 40. Breaking tackles. He is near midfield, and the race is on. And he is going to go all the way for a touchdown. No flags on the field, and that will be a 61-yard, or make that a 71-yard run by Brian Schroeder.
Well, I tell you, he flowed to the outside on the left and then just cut it back against the grain up through the middle there, found the sideline, and just tracked it out. As you can see, he's coming around here. Here comes the cut. Right back in right there, and it's just, you can see the Chardon guys try to reach out to him, and he just runs. He's got jets. This Schroeder can really motor when he gets going there.
In to attempt the point after, Slavko Kusinik. He will be in to attempt a point after. Good spot, kick, plenty of distance, and it is good. So at the 8:36 mark here in the first quarter, South has drawn first blood, and they lead it by a score of 7-0. And the big play working for the Rebels early.
Oh, very much so. And I'll tell you, that's a confidence builder for them, because they came in here feeling they could be very competitive with this Chardon team, because Chardon's obviously a tested playoff team. And here's that run again by Schroeder, but this is something that gets them going. But now the toughness of Chardon's going to come to the forefront here. They're going to have to dig in, go back to what brought them to this point in the season, get their ground game going, and just churn up and get a score themselves.
I'll tell you what made that play also is Dominic Dieter just got in the way, and didn't really block him, just kind of ran real slow in front of him.
Just kind of screened him off, which is all you can do. I'll tell you, sometimes the most effective blocks, you don't even need to lay hands on the guy. Just kind of get in his way and just keep him away from your running back. That's what essentially the simplistic block is all about.
So Chardon will get the football back. 8:36 to go here in the first quarter. Chardon to kick off. And we've got an unknown man in kicking for the Rebels. There is no 15 on our roster. Everybody's asking who it is. We're not quite sure ourselves. But he drills the ball to Makar at the 3. Scott's going to come near side. He's across the 15, breaks the tackle to about the 17-yard line, and that's where the Hilltoppers will take over. First down and 10, so not great field position for Brett Weidig and
I'll
the
tell you,
Hilltoppers.
84-yard drive or 83-yard drive is just not out of the question for Chardon. That's the kind of offense they've had all year. They just pound the ball at you, occasionally break a long one, but for the most part, they're just time chewers, keep the ball and just slowly run it down your throat. And that's exactly what they got to go now. They got to get something established with their offense.
Eric McBride is split wide to the far side. Looks like Montgomery is a wing to the near side. And they go to Renner, and Renner doesn't get much over the right side of the line. Coming up to make the play, Brian Cassidy for Willoughby South.
I'll tell you, it looks like they're doing little stunts on the inside where they're slanting in and plugging all the gaps up, sealing all the inside stuff, boxing the ends around to keep the control of the option plays and all. Looks like a good defensive scheme is established here. Probably the best way to break that is again a little play action, throw a little pass out in the flats area there just to open them up a little bit.
Scott Makar into the game as a wide out now. It's time to hand it to Braces, and Braces goes across the right side, and he is brought down by Dominic Dieter. He moves the football up to the 24-yard line, so that'll put the Hilltoppers about 3.5 yards to 4 yards shy.
You can see they open up a little lane for Braces. He hits it, gets what he can out of it, dives forward for that extra yard or so, puts Chardon within fairly reachable first down territory. This is the situations they need. They need a third down and 4 and unders. That's when the Chardon offense is at its most dangerous because you don't know what to look for.
Brian Cassidy also went on the tackles, a third down and a short 4. They go with Renner, and Renner keeps his legs moving to be very close to a first down. Close enough for me to get the field glasses out for the first time tonight.
Yeah, I think depending, where the referee's got his foot, it's a first down.
Just a matter of where they were going to spot the football. They end up spotting it at the 29-yard line, and that is a first down.
Actually, I think he got a real good spot that time. Normally you say bad spots, but that time I think he got a favorable, good foot or two extra on that.
Cassidy again was on the tackle for Willoughby South, but the strength of Renner. You know, this is a football team that gets up and is in the weight room by 6:30 every morning before school. And Coach Doyle really feels that that is one of the big pluses going into the playoffs, that they have gotten stronger as opposed to more worn
very
down.
much. They'll wear you down as the game goes on, too.
Weidig keeps it, and he goes left side, and he picks up about 3 yards, 3 tough yards. I had a chance to talk to Bob before the ball game. We spoke about that, and there's a lot of teams at this point of the season are nicked up and they're tired, and he feels that this conditioning they've been doing first thing in the morning has really helped them, and you come back tonight and you're pretty much full strength in week number 11, which is amazing.
Very much so, and luckily they had an off week last year, if you will. They had Orange, who didn't have one of their better seasons this season. They had the opportunity to rest a lot of his players so they can get those bangs and nicks healed up.
Weidig to throw on a 2nd down and 7, lets it fly, looking downfield for Braces, and he's caught it inside the 20, and he goes down all the way to the 12-yard line before Adam Lulo brings him down. Braces did a 360-degree turn and dragged it in.
He looked over his right shoulder for it, saw it was thrown off to his left side, turned, faced the ball, came around, caught it over his left shoulder. Beautiful adjustment to that pass.
And even better, he stayed on his feet and was able to pick up about another 10 or 12 yards after that.
Yeah, I tell you, Ludlow, the free safety, was right on him, but he got twisted around as well. Couldn't get the coverage exactly. That's big play for Chardon, and that's something that opens it up. Maybe cause an adjustment on South's thinking that they're just going to go and pound it between the tackles here.
McBride is split wide to the near side. His first down and 10 from the 12. Braces goes in motion. They go to Renner, and Renner goes across the right side, and he barrels his way to about the 8-yard line. Flag on the play.
Got a hold.
And holding is the call against the Hilltoppers. And South will definitely take that penalty.
Yeah, that hurts. Penalties at this point on the field really, really hurt you. Because now Chardon would like to just pound it up, grab 3-4 yards on a play, keep those sticks moving and just push it right into the end zone here. But that 5 yards just makes it a little bit rougher to do.
They will put the football all the way back at the 18-yard line, and that'll be a first down and 16 to go, as they need to get to the 2-yard line for a first down if they don't get in the end zone first. The field conditions, as we said in the pregame, are excellent considering this type of season. Even the muddy areas that you see in the middle of the field have been well rolled, and it will take a little bit to get that chewed up.
Good solid footing. You're not going to see the slippage caused by the field tonight.
So first down and 16. Brazis goes in motion. Again they go. It's Renner, and Renner goes straight up the middle to the 15-yard line. Actually, he doesn't even make it that far. Gets to the 16. Picked up 2.
Yeah, they're going to have to open it up a little bit. And I'll tell you, South has got an excellent defensive game plan going today. They're just taking away the inside game, sealing the option up. They're forcing Chardon that if they want to move it, they're going to have to go to the air like that, which from what I've seen of Whiting this year, that's not something you really want to force him to, because he can throw. Chardon does have a passing attack that's very, very potent this year.
4 minutes and 22 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Whiting going to keep it. And Whiting falls forward to the 10, maybe the 9-yard line, and that will be well shy of a first down.
Yeah,
that'll bring up a third down, as they'll spot it at the 10-yard line. So that he's got to get to the 2 for a first down. So third down now and 8.
Be interesting to see on this play if they get close, whether they go for it on fourth down or not. To be quite honest, I don't know if Makar has attempted a field goal yet this year, because Chardon's just moved the ball at will. Their offense has been very, very potent, and they really haven't had the occasion to go for the field goal.
Whiting to throw, looks across the middle, and the pass is incomplete, intended for Eric Montgomery. He could not come up with it at the 1-yard line, and now the decision is being made as to what they're going to do.
Looks
and it
like
may be
3
Scott
points.
Makar coming in. Watch it
You
again.
can see he just throws a bullet at Montgomery. It was a tough one to hold on to. Boy, he showed a lot of arm on that one. Watch it. That ball is just choo.
Good coverage downfield by the Rebels. So Scott Makar will come in to attempt a 27-yard field goal out of the hold of Eric Montgomery. So the Hilltoppers trying to get on the board. They trail at 7-0. Makar's kick has the distance, and it is good. So Scott Makar from 27 yards out, and the Hilltoppers get themselves on the board, and they now trail it by a score of 7-3.
I'll tell you, even if they didn't get that ball pushed all the way in for the 6, they came back and they answered South, got their offense woken up, and that's exactly what they needed to do. Nothing else. They had to establish their offense and at least drive it a little bit. Luckily, they brought it all the way down the field, got 3 points, and like I said, those first 2 series where the defenses took over, I didn't expect that to last long, but then again, I didn't expect them to score it well like we're going right now.
Well, I talked to Mike Eicher this week, and I asked him, I said, Coach, you've been here for 3 years now. This is your 3rd year. You're now in the playoffs. I said, did you think going into this season that you were a playoff caliber team? And he said, no way. He said, but these kids have really worked hard, and they've won some good ball games. They lost 2 by a combined total of 2 points. The bounce of a football cost them 1 against Euclid, where Euclid's kicker hit the crossbar and it went across, and Sal's kicker kicked the upright and it didn't go through. That was the difference in that ball game. So he really is thrilled that they are this far after only 3 years of taking over.
Yeah, but once you get to this level here, you got to look ahead. You got to start looking and not being satisfied with your season at this point. You got to really get that hunger and want to just progress through these playoffs here. And that's part of the playoff experience.
3 minutes and 39 seconds to go. Makar's kick will be taken by Brian Cassidy, and Cassidy's across the 30, and he is up to the 36-yard line, and that's where the Rebels will take over now. First down and 10.
Well, I tell you, on these kickoffs, there has been some hard hits. I haven't seen anybody laying down afterwards, but boy, I'll tell you, there's been some sticking going on out there by both these special teams. You'll be able to watch it here as he comes up to the right side. You'll see the tackle come in, and he just sticks him and rocks him. Here it comes right now. Pow. Drove through it, though.
So the Rebels have the football on the 38-yard line. It's a first down and 10. That's Pellegrini going in motion. Lulo coming to the near side. Nobody to throw to. He fires it and does a good job of tossing it out of bounds. Ryan Beeler tried to corral that ball and bring it back in, but it was over his head, and Lulo was just trying to dump that ball wisely.
Yeah, I think that was Eric Montgomery coming up behind on a corner blitz. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Fester coming in, putting the pressure on the quarterback.
So 2nd down and 10 now for the Rebels. They split Wysocki to the far side. They bring Jeff Mann now as a wide out to the near side. Pellegrini goes in motion. And they hand the ball to Schroeder. He comes across the 40, stays on his feet to the 44-yard line. So he will be about 4 yards shy of a first down, and that'll bring up a 3rd down for the Rebels.
But I'll tell you, that run he broke before where he cut against the grain and all, that earned a little respect from the Chardon guys. You could see them holding their places, not coming up as quick. Watch, see how they're just sitting in? Goodwin stands there setting, because if you overly commit with that cutback and quickness he has, he'll burn you. He proved that earlier, so he's already earned the respect of these Chardon defenders.
So 3rd down, 4 yards to go. Again, is Pellegrini in motion. Lulo hands it to Schroeder to try to turn the right side, being chased and brought down by Jared Honigman. Was one of the Hilltoppers there, and Nick Goshi was also there.
Yeah, I tell you, I was talking about Schroeder's speed. He just got outran by a nose tackle there as Jared Honigman came up from behind, tracked him down. But again, the play was strung up to the left side as the defensive end just kept flowing out there and kept him where he had no place to go. Honigman came up behind. It was a good defensive stand by Chardon.
Loss of a yard or so, and that's a 4th down, and Pellegrini into punt. And we got flags flying everywhere. We'll see what the infraction was from the, if it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all department. Nick
that
Goshi,
could be a first down if it's on Chardon.
Nick Goshi with the heavily bandaged arm avoids a rabbit this week and rolls his truck. And got himself all beat up, and he had to have some oral surgery done on his mouth. Luckily no breaks, but lost a mouthful of teeth down below that they've cemented back in. But so bad enough that he's got that heavily bandaged arm now. He's probably out of truck too.
I tell you, from what I've seen so far, he's not playing like somebody that rolled over a truck. He's playing an excellent game. He's had a couple of hard hits here and has been in the action quite a bit.
Trying to avoid a rabbit.
That should give him a first down. No, just a hair short.
What they did is they actually went over and measured it on the chain so they knew where to spot the football, because the length of the football does become very important. Now it's decision time for South. They may be tempted to stand there and try to bait Chardon coming over the line of scrimmage. The rain has really, you can see it in that shot, the rain has started to come down. And the officials blow the whistle, and Chardon's going to take a timeout with 1 minute and 53 seconds to go. We may as well tell you that the Geauga Local Access Cable Corporation is a newly formed corporation funded by communities in northern Geauga County to expand local cable television community programming opportunities for those communities. Based on present funding, programming is being planned for Berkshire, Cardinal, where we had a chance to see both of them last week, and of course the Chardon school districts, and for the communities of Burton Township, Burton Village, Chardon Township, Chardon Village, Hamden Township, and Middlefield Village. Tonight's game, however, is not being funded by the subscriber franchise fees. Tonight, local individuals and businesses throughout the areas are bringing this special presentation to you. If you have a chance to drop them a line and give them a call, tell them how much you appreciate their support of Hilltopper football, playoff style, please do that, because as we go through tonight, you'll be getting to hear about some of the good folks that were able to bring you the ball game tonight, and we may as well give them a little mention here as long as we go. Waste Management of Ohio Western Reserve, Howder's Lawn and Sports Center. Also, we can tell you about Sitco, Chardon Dairy Queen, and we're back to the action. 4th down and less than a yard.
They get the middle bunched up. They're looking for the UB sneak.
Lulo
which he did.
will
I think
get the
he got
first
it.
down. Oh yeah, not a problem there. He went right over their right guard, Jason Piles, and was able to pick up the first down.
Yeah, that Lulo is not that big, but I'll tell you, he's a strong runner. He's only 160 pounds, but, you know, he sees that little lane. He's just jumps into it quickly to get that short yardage.
So first down and 10 for the Rebels. They've got the football at their own 48.5-yard line. Again, it's Wysocki split to the far side. Pellegrini is a wing on the far side, and Cassidy is a wing on the near side, and Schroeder's a single setback. Now they run Cassidy in motion. They hand him the football. Cassidy squirts up the middle into Chardon territory down to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, so far this Willoughby South team definitely is playing a lot stronger than they did in the week 2 in that game. Chardon, I thought that evening was a little bit flat, and Willoughby wasn't up to the level that they are tonight. They've definitely kicked up to what's necessary for playoff intensity. They're a good-looking squad.
Chris Dakowitz on the tackle for Chardon. We are under a minute to go here in the opening quarter. The rain is not coming down as hard as it was a few minutes ago. Now they run the Schroeder over the left side. They did bring in the fullback Brian Russ into the ballgame for the first time tonight.
Boy, they pulled both guards on that one, let out around Schrader there, and kind of the student body left almost. You normally don't see that much pulling going on in a high school game.
Third down and less than 3. Clock remains running. We're down under 14 seconds to go, and they may just let the clock run out. Lulo has talked to the referee, and he does not have to run a play. So we have played 1 quarter of football here at Sparky DiBiasio Stadium at Euclid High School, and it's the Willoughby South Rebels on top of the Chardon Hilltoppers by a score of 7-3. We start quarter number 2 here at Euclid High School as the Willoughby South Rebels lead the Chardon Hilltoppers by a score of 7-3. Willoughby South has the football, and they are at the Hilltopper 44-yard line. Again, double wing in the backfield. Cassidy in motion. Lulo to throw. Lulo with a lot of time fires across the middle for Pellegrini, and he bobbled it, and it's intercepted.
Oh, nice.
Nick Goshi picks it off at the 28-yard line and returns it all the way back to the 38-yard line. Pellegrini juggled it. Goshi hit him in the hands as the ball was being juggled and picked it out of the air and ran it back another 10 yards.
Boy, that was pretty. That was just tipped up in the air. Goshi kept his composure there, pulled out the ball. Nice interception. You can see his bobble, gave it a little kick right into his own arms. Yeah, I guess rolling that truck didn't hurt him a whole bunch, did it, Craig?
So they spot the football at the 39-yard line now.
Or
Chardon gets the football back. They sure did. They get the football back now, first down and 10. Goshi is now tight at right end. And we got all kinds of movement.
Yeah, the whole right side jumped a little bit.
Eric Montgomery started in motion, and then the right side of the offensive line jumped.
Yeah, Chardon's got to tighten up. These penalties have been hurting them. They could have had the ball a little sooner, but the little offside there gave South the opportunity to go for it on 4th down. Once you reach the playoffs, you can't have those mistakes. They can just haunt you. Well, now Chardon's forced into this 1st and 15 situation.
So first down and 15. Beginning of the second quarter, Craig Dees along with John Walsh. Brazes goes in motion, and that's who gets the football. He tries to turn the corner and picked up about 3 or 4, almost back to the original line of scrimmage before he is brought down.
Boy, I tell you, he almost had that whole lane opened up. They opened up on the right side there, but the linebacker just came in at just the right time to grab hold of him. If not, I think Brazes would have been off to the races.
That was good.
Brazes the races? Yeah, I've been planning that for weeks.
Second down and 11. Well, I've really loosened you up over the years, haven't I?
Yeah, I used to be really boring.
Montgomery had the football, and he might have got back to the line of scrimmage before he's dragged down from behind. Sean No grabbed him from behind. A loss of a yard, actually, so it'll be 3rd down and 12 coming up. We're under the 11-minute mark here in the first half. Stay tuned at halftime. We are hoping to have the Chardon Hilltopper marching band for you as part of the halftime festivities. Glad you could join us here on the Hilltopper replay. This game will also be played if you're watching this on Monday night at 7. You'll also get to see it again Wednesday night at 7 right here on Channel 24. 3rd down and 12. Whiting to throw. Stands at his 30, lets it fly. Looks down for Brazes, who slips and falls. Slipped at the 30-yard line, had to try to come back. Lulo was on the coverage. Also, Jeff Mann was back there for the Rebels in a punting situation now for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, Whiting just got a little bit of pressure there. He might have had somebody just nicking his arm as he was bringing it forward, because he didn't seem to get enough air underneath that ball. Brazes tried to come back, but it was pretty much impossible. The ball was pretty badly underthrown.
So 4th down and 12. Gary Renner to punt. Lulo goes back deep for the Rebs. Another line drive kick, and that bounces, and it will take a Topper bounce into Lulo's hands at the 26. He's across the 35 to the 40. He's got a lot of room in the Topper territory before Brazes drags him down from behind all the way down to the 40-yard line of the Hilltoppers. Adam Lulo with a nice return.
I'll tell you, Brazes might have saved a touchdown in that one, because we have a flag laying right on the 40-yard line.
Yes, we do.
There.
Let's take another look at that run.
Brazes catches him behind, because there was a block on the sideline the South player had. Oh, yeah, right there. I saw it. And it pretty much was an unnecessary clip, because you can see the double-team block. He would have been gone if it hadn't been for Brazes' tackle. But it's all academic with the clip happening way down there. Good break for Chardon. Yeah, they go from very good field position to just okay field position.
Didn't get a chance to speak to him, but I saw Coach Jack Arnold down below today.
Yeah, I talked to him.
Unfortunately for him, his team did what they needed to do last Friday to get to the playoffs, but they weren't helped by that team from Black River.
No, they knocked off Clear Fork, and both of them ended up, Clear Fork and Black River both ended up making the playoffs in Division 4 and 5.
The ball is back at the 25-yard line now. 1st down and 10. Schroeder going to come to the near side. Schroeder gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Great bodies flying everywhere there for the Hilltoppers.
I tell you, that's one thing Chardon is just so good at, adjusting. Schroeder tried his cutbacks there, but they sealed it off. They learned from the little mistakes they made and how to adjust off of players' strong points and all, and they strung it out, flowed from the backside there, and just wouldn't let him cut it back in.
Todd Goodwin along with Chris Dakowitz among others in to make that play. Give him a gain of a half a yard, so we'll call it 2nd down and 9. They hand the ball to Schroeder. Again with a nice hole across the 30, and he is up near the 33-yard line, maybe the 34, where he will be a yard or so shy of a 1st down.
Boy, I tell you, he explodes when he gets that ball. Just hits the line real quick. He doesn't have the size, but he's got good power to go with him. Now they got that 3rd and short, maybe a long yard situation. The South's moving the ball again. It's time for that defense to dig in and hold them.
I'm sure you've had a chance to look at some of the crowd here tonight, and an excellent crowd again. The Chardon faithful have turned out in droves, and across the way, Willoughby South has filled out the stands fairly well as this evening has progressed. 3rd down and a yard to go. Cassidy in motion. He gets the football, and he's going to lose a couple of yards. He got tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. Not sure it was Nick Goshi.
Dakowitz, I thought.
Goshi got a hand on him and tripped him behind the line of scrimmage and cost him a yard or two.
Well, I'm sorry, Aaron Thomas is the one I saw. It was Goshi that got the ankle?
Yeah. Little slow getting up. Maybe we'll be able to see it better here. See how good my eyeballs are. There he is right there. So into punt is John Pellegrini. Makar and Montgomery go back deep for Chardon. They stand at their 39-yard line, and a beautiful high punt. Makar will take it all the way back to the 29-yard line. Makar tries to turn the corner and can't, and he will go down at the 28-yard line before he is brought down by the Rebels' John Fink.
Tell you one thing about these Rebels, they do have strong special teams play. They're getting downfield quick. I think it's a function of they got good overall team speed, but their returns have been very, very good. Their coverage downfield after kicks has been very, very good. Excellent special teams coaching on this squad.
And Pellegrini, when he punts the ball, certainly gets enough air underneath it to give his Rebels a chance to get down the field. will officially call it the 27-yard line. First down and 10. Over the right side they go, and there's not a whole lot of running room in that big front line of Willoughby South.
I tell you, they are doing some defensive stunts up front, looping and slanting in there, and just disrupting the blocking schemes of Chardon. That's an area, though, that they have to do. They got to get Renner involved in this game because that's just the strong place. You can see players just sliding across the line. Those aren't just people flowing. Those are people doing set assignments. They're doing lots of upfront stunts there just to disrupt the blocking, and so far it's worked very, very well for them.
Second down, 9 yards to go. Whiting hands the ball to Montgomery, and he's collared at the 25 and barely falls forward to the 28-yard line. He was hit for a 3-yard loss, but was able to carry the defender on his back. Brian Cassidy was there, and Dominic Dieter was there also.
Yeah, that showed a lot of strength by Montgomery because he was hit by Cassidy there in the back. But you can see he's got him hogged down, and he just drags him for an extra yard and a half. Turns what could have been a little bit of a loss into about a yard gain.
Third down and 9, down to 6 minutes and 49 seconds to go here in the first half. And Renner again goes right up the middle, and not much doing as he gets across the 30-yard line. Might have got a yard and a half, and again the Hilltoppers have to give up the football. Very stingy Willoughby South Rebel defense here tonight.
Yeah, I tell you, what they've been doing up front is the whole key, because that's what makes Chardon's offense work so well, is getting that fullback opened up where you can just get him established where he's the danger in there. You take that away from him, and somehow it just throws the whole offense out of his seat.
Gary Renner to punt again. Another line drive kick into that wind. Lulo will take it at the 37. He's across the 40, and he's bumped out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Zach Braces was on the tackle, and that will give the ball back to the Rebels with excellent field position and 6 minutes and 3 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, it's put back under the defense again. We've had a battle here in the fourth. You can see here as Lulo grabs the ball, hits the sideline, gets what he can until Zach comes across and makes the tackle.
So they'll spot the football at the 44.5 yard line. That's a first down now for the Rebels.
Yeah, defense has got to dig in again, do their job. They've been playing well here. They've come across with the big plays and all when they really do need them.
Now Russ and Schroeder in the backfield. Pellegrini is a wing, and Wysocki is split to the far side. We got all kinds of movement up front, and Jaron Honigman jumped offside for the Hilltoppers, and that'll be 5 yards, and that's just lack of concentration right there.
Or a function of Lulo just having some really good signal calling there where he's upsetting the flow of Chardon, making them jump a little bit with the hard counts and all the other good stuff. Because they've been moving around a little bit. It looks like the cadence he's calling has Chardon defensive front upset a little bit there, so I think he's doing some creative signal calling up there.
Schroeder leaves the field, and now Russ is the single setback. Pellegrini and Cassidy are the wings. And Cassidy goes in motion. Lulo to throw. Lulo being chased, and he throws, and the pass was intended for Cassidy, and he is dragged down from behind, and it was Jared Honigman after that offsides call, would not be denied that time, and got in Lulo's face and caused the incomplete pass.
Yeah, people over here on the Chardon side are calling for the grounding, which quite honestly it probably was a grounding, but he threw it close enough to Cassidy, a eligible receiver, as you can see it there, that you can't call the thing, but it definitely was. He was trying to avoid the sack and all, but as long as you throw it reasonably within the reach of an eligible receiver, you're never going to get that grounding call.
And as an official, you never try to think about intent. You just calls them as you sees them. You can't think what they were trying to do. You have to call it. Flags fly. The rain is really coming down right now, and that pass is incomplete. And Schroeder could not come up with that, but there's a flag back at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, it's a driving rain there again.
Motion penalty is the call against the Rebels, and that'll march them another 5 yards back, maybe. See, I'm sure they'll take the penalty here. But that wind is coming, or the rain is coming down in sheets.
No, are they going to take it or no?
Nope, they're going to put the confidence in the defense. I really, at first when I made that statement, I thought, well, that's crazy. They'll take the penalty.
That brings a third down, though.
Third down and 5.
That's the whole thing. They got to hold them 1 down rather than 2 downs.
The umbrellas have come out here at Sparky DiBiasio Stadium.
Yeah, it's time for that defense. Dig in again, come up with a big play. Boy, that rain is driving, going left to right across the screen.
3rd down and 5. Seems like every time we get together for a Chardon game, it's pouring rain. Lulo gives the ball to Schroeder. Schroeder might have got the first down. It's going to depend on the spot.
Knee a hair shy. Be quite honest, I think his knee did touch back.
They're going to spot it. No, they're going to call it a 4th down. I'm surprised they're not going to measure. We'll see him bounce across the 45-yard line. And they're not going to measure. 4th down and less than a couple of feet.
Well, that stake is just a couple inches from the line there.
Okay,
it's one of those that they can see.
Yeah, you can definitely see that. So it's about a football and a half length away. Clock continues to run. 5:14 to go here in the first half. Chardon defense digging in. Schroeder gets to the line of scrimmage and falls forward inside the 45-yard line, and that's plenty enough for the first down.
Yeah, they've had good success in their 4th down plays so far.
So a 1st down and 10 now. Willoughby South continues to move the football and eat up the clock here. They lead by a score of 7-3.
It's been a well-played game. A little too much in the penalties, but I'm sure the coaches are going to be mentioning that at halftime to both teams, that you can't do that if you want to win playoff football games. You got to play almost virtually air-free football.
Lulo to throw now, rolls to the near side, looking down. He's going to keep it. Tucks it under his arm and gets up to the 43-yard line where he picked up about 2.5. Goshi on the tackle, and that'll bring up a 2nd down.
I'll tell you, Goshi's been around. It's not a training method you want to use, but maybe there is something to roll in the truck for a game. Because, boy, I'll tell you, he's been playing outstanding. He's been around that ball. Disciplined, condition, keeping Lulo cracked in. As you can see, he's rolling out here. His job is to seal it off, take the run away from him. Drop out of pass coverage when you realize it's turned into a run, and he did that play excellently.
2nd down and 8. And Lulo to throw again. Being chased.
A lot of pressure.
Being hit, and he fires it, and the pass is incomplete. Intended for Ryan Anderson. Goshi chased him down and dropped Lulo back at the 45-yard line, and that's a tough play for a quarterback who's right-handed running away, but almost got the ball to Anderson.
Yeah, well, the point is when panic's coming like that, a lot of that, again, he's a master at avoiding the sack. He got rid of that ball, makes a reasonable pass off to the running back, or I'm sorry, the tight end there, avoids the sack, and keeps it going as South takes another timeout here.
And while we've got time, we want to let you know about a couple other sponsors that have helped us out tonight. Connecticut Incorporated, Chuck Ohl, Chevrolet Geo Pontiac, the Chardon Eagles, Junction Auto Sales, Chrysler, Dodge, and Eagle Dealer, the law firm of Newman, Leary, and Bryce, attorneys and counselors at law. They're the folks that are helping to bring you this ball game tonight. We may as well run through the rest that we haven't mentioned here a second time. Troy Innovative Instruments, Inc., Boswick's True Value Hardware at the Chardon Plaza, Security Federal Savings and Loan Association also at the Chardon Plaza, Quay Buick and Suzuki. Also, Friedaball Well Drilling Company, Clemson Excavating, Bill Spear, Chrysler Plymouth, A.J. Goulder Electric Company, Chardon Square Auto and Body, Larry D. Crow, State Farm Insurance Agent. Also, the Quality Auto Group, Buick Olds Pontiac GMC Truck, Lawson Ford and Mercury, Hamden Building Products, and Chardon Giant Eagle. All these people are very much responsible for bringing you this ball game today or tonight, whenever you happen to be watching it. If nothing else, when you're in those facilities or you have a chance to give them a call, please do. Pick up the phone and say thanks for bringing us Hilltopper football for the 3rd consecutive year. 3rd down, 8 yards to go. Lulo going to keep it. He breaks a tackle and he falls forward to near the 38-yard line. He was hit behind the line of scrimmage by Ryan DeWeese, was able to hip-hop away and pick up another couple yards.
That was a strange little play. The quarterback kind of just flowed down the line, see what opened, and took it. That's about the best way I could describe that play. It was rather odd. I'm not sure exactly what the design of that was. Maybe it was just to get the... I'm sorry. We have trouble hearing each other in our headsets tonight. Go ahead, Greg, pick it up.
4th down and 3 now for the Rebels. Pellegrini goes in motion. Lulo to throw. They go for it. He looking down the sideline, and the pass is no, it's incomplete. Makar was on the coverage, and that was Pellegrini, who could not come up with the football, and now the Hilltoppers will get it back. There's 3 minutes and 4 seconds to go here in the first half.
So he did have the reception there, and it just kind of fell through. Again, that rain has picked up again. It comes, goes, comes, goes. It's rather sporadic. You kind of got to take a look to see if it is coming down there at the moment. But I'll tell you right now it is, and maybe that wet ball helps Chardon's defense there. 1st
down and 10 now for the Hilltoppers. The football is at their own 37-yard line. They've got a little over 3 minutes to try to creep a little closer. They trail it 7-3. The South Rebels doing a fine job here tonight. Whiting to throw. Whiting hit as he throws, and that's a dying quail, and that ball will fall incomplete at the 45-yard line. He was nailed by Ryan Anderson.
Got up limping just a little bit. He had a couple games ago. He had a twisted ankle. Might have reoccurred, but he seems okay now. He shook it off. I guess it was just a momentary thing on a hit. As you can see him rolling out to his left here. Pellegrini comes in and just lays it right in his side just as he's ready to release the ball.
So 2nd down and 10. They split Eric McBride to the near side. Montgomery now comes in motion, and it's Renner. Renner left side across the 40, and he's up to the 42-yard line, so he picked up about 4. But still, another 3rd down and long situation for the Hilltoppers. They've put themselves in that position many times already tonight, John.
Yeah, I'll tell you, but that's one of the few times they actually did open up a lane for Renner there, as he ran right over the back of Big Ray Landy's.
So a 3rd down, 5 yards to go, 2 minutes, 24 seconds and counting here in the first half. Whiting under center. Brazes goes in motion. Whiting going to roll out. Whiting looking downfield, looking for Makar. Lost it up in the air. Jump ball situation, and Makar came down with the football at the 25-yard line. And I tell you, Alex Wysocki's not buying that at all. He looked at the official and said there's no way that he caught that ball, but it was a jump ball type situation, and Makar came down with a spectacular grab.
I'll tell you, the strange thing about that one too is Makar looked back at the official like he was waiting to see. As you can see, they go up. It's real. I don't know. Can't tell from the replay whether he had it or not.
So they will spot it at the 26-yard line. Now Chardon's in business with 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go.
But he did have it, because the ball's down here on a 25-yard line.
The weather outside is frightful right now. 1st down and 10. Renner plows his way to the 20-yard line. So that's one of the better running plays up the middle from scrimmage all night for Chardon. They pick up 6.
Yeah, that's 2 in a row now where they've opened up. Maybe they finally just found the trick to those little stunts or something, but that's what they got to do. They got to have that full. That's what Chardon offense is really, really based on, is getting that fullback involved, getting a good 20 to 25 carries out of him, getting good productivity. This is the first time they've been able to open that up all night.
2nd down, 4 yards to go, minute 19 to go here in the first half. Whiting to throw. Whiting looking, being chased, now he's going to run it. And he is near the 15-yard line, and that'll be another 1st down. They'll stop the clock to move the chains with 1 minute and 7 to go.
The Chardon still got 2 timeouts, I believe. So even though we're down to 1 minute 7, it's not a time panic situation. There's plenty of times if you know how to use the timeouts.
Dominic Dieter on the
see
tackle.
Here, they had him covered here. He saw the little lane open up, took it. It was probably a wise decision as you get those chains moving, use the clock properly.
1st down and 10 now. Whiting sends Brazes in motion. They go to Renner, straight up the gut, and Renner drags a couple tacklers down to the 14-yard line. Chardon going to have to be thinking about taking a timeout, and that they will take one with 41, almost 42 seconds to go here in the first half. They take a timeout. They trail it 7-3, but hoping to take the lead here before half, and that would be a huge emotional boost for the Hilltoppers, as Willoughby South has pretty much held them in check offensively the whole first half, John. But if you can, after this, go into the locker room with the lead, that's a big advantage.
Oh, huge, huge. And it just sends a message that we're ready to go, and we're finally getting our offense going where we want it. Puts a little fear in them. Yeah, it definitely does, especially if you can do it right in the shadow of the end of the half there. That's just such a big momentum builder and such a downward spiral for the other team.
Well, we've got a little opportunity. I'd like to remind you that Cleveland is a great sports town, and luckily we have a great sports medicine team right here at the Cleveland Clinic. At the Cleveland Clinic and at our family health centers in Independence and Westlake, our sports medicine experts evaluate and treat patients with injuries and illnesses related to sports activity. So if you have a sports injury, let us be part of your team. We'll get you back on your feet and back on the playing field with the same quality care professional athletes count on. Call the Cleveland Clinic Department of Orthopedics at 444-BONE. Second down, 6 yards to go for Chardon. Brazes goes in motion. They run a delay, and Weidig going to keep it. Weidig looking, he's to the 10, and he hurdles his way down to the 5, and that should be close to another first down. 33 seconds to go. Cassidy on the tackle.
Yeah, I think he left it short here, but that was a good decision again. Weidig saw the opening, the middle open up for him, and just took it. Fortunately, he fell about close to a yard shy.
Chardon's going to take another timeout. I thought I heard or saw them call a timeout.
Yeah, they did. Either that or the coaches are far too involved in this game as they're out on the field.
Coach Doyle's coming in to talk to the offensive troops with 33 seconds to go. Just reading about the Cleveland Clinic there a minute ago, and it said sports-related illnesses. Is that from eating too many hot dogs at the game? I don't know. We're not sure.
It could be that or eating too much turf. So one or the other could make you ill.
Third down and a yard to go await the Hilltoppers as they try to take a bite out of that 7-3 lead.
I'm sure the game plan at this point is you want to get that first down to get it going. If not, you got to run a play where you can get that field goal unit on there if you're too far shy. I mean, there's lots of decisions, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it in the air, though, because that's something that if it's incomplete, you've got the clock stopped.
Weidig to throw again. There's a huge hole. He lost it into the end zone. Touchdown. Zach braces into the end zone, and that is a score with 27 seconds to go here in the first half.
Yeah, that was a nice one. You see Weidig roll out to his left. Well, actually, you see Brazes coming out of the backfield there. They're showing it from the receiver's vantage point. Snuck, did a little curl around, and snuck in behind him. Weidig just tossed it over the defender's head. 6-point Chardon. Big 6 points.
Scott Makar in to attempt the point after. They get the snap down okay, and Makar, the line drive kick is no good. Off to the left. So with 27 seconds to go, Chardon has a 9-7 lead. But I tell you what, it's got to be demoralizing for the Rebels to have played that well for the first half, and they look at the scoreboard with 27 seconds to go and realize we're down by 2 points. And
actually, they probably shut down better than anybody else has all season long. Ooh. Probably one of the most powerful offenses in the area.
Did not miss that by much, but did miss it nonetheless. So the Rebels with 27 seconds to go here in the half. I'm sure it'll depend on exactly how well this kickoff return goes, whether they will even attempt to toss it up and try to get some, maybe a quick score here.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to have much of a run, but I think you'll have a little squib kick here where it rolls along the ground, try to keep the run back away. Yeah, I love these kind of clocks, don't you, Craig? 27.1 seconds. We got one of those 10th of a second clocks on this board.
They've also got the kind of a board where they can put announcements up there. They put the kids' names up there. It's a state-of-the-art scoreboard here at Euclid High School.
Yeah, this is a beautiful facility. I'll tell you, that field, after a season like everybody's gone through, it's amazing what good shape that is in. You'll look out there, you'll see little bare spots, but there's solid ground. It's nothing that really is going to have any factor on hindering a ground game.
So Scott Makar to kick off, and he kicks it. And it is taken by Cassidy, and Cassidy has it at the 25. He squirts through the middle up to the 35 to the 36-yard line. Clock stops, 22 seconds to go here in the first half.
Yeah, I think so. I'll be surprised if they go to a big air show, because I'll tell you, they've had a lot of pressure by Chardon here to get in. You know, the quarterback's been under a lot of pressure, and I think it's probably best not to put him under that, because you never know what could happen. Somebody gets there just in time. You can have that arm hit, picked off right at the line of scrimmage, and somebody can run in for a quick 6. That would be a backbreaker.
First down and 10. Pellegrini in motion. And Lulo will hand the ball off to Schroeder, and he's dragged down behind the line of scrimmage. Honigman was there again for the Hilltoppers.
Boy, I tell you, Honigman was in there so quick, he almost took the hand off. He was sitting there waiting for Schroeder in the backfield.
And Willoughby South is going to
see here, there's Honigman right there.
Forget about it.
Across. That's the best way to take a speedy back out of the game. Just get him before he can get going at all.
So Willoughby South, surprisingly to me at least, taking a timeout at this point with only 12.5 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised too. I thought they'd be happy just to go in their locker room with the 9-7. Just not take a chance. And like I said, you're going to have to break on with Schroeder, because I really wouldn't try the pass, because Chardon's been getting the guys into the backfield far too much, and something disastrous can happen. I think you're better off just hand it to Schroeder, see if he can break the big one again.
Second down and 12. He lost 2 on the last play.
What?
So a second down and 12. Adam Lulo under center. He hands the ball to Schroeder again. He will go to the left side. He's across the 40 to the 43-yard line.
They're not going to stop.
We got another timeout.
Yes, they are.
Chardon takes, I believe, their final timeout here.
South, yeah.
Or South does, I should say.
I don't know.
Don't forget, if you're watching this Topper replay on Monday night, we invite you to join us again on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock right here on Channel 24 for Hilltopper replay. We are planning on being here throughout the playoffs. The only hitch in the works would be if WVIZ Channel 25 in Cleveland ends up picking up the ball game. We'll save our money for the next week.
That's right.
If Chardon continues to be alive and the game is not broadcast by Channel 25, we will be on the air bringing you Hilltopper football.
Well, Chardon's got to be watching here. They might be setting up the big pass play here. Little play action to Schroeder, roll it out the other way with the quarterback keeping it and hitting somebody downfield. That's what they got to be in the guard for here. Maybe that's why they use those timeouts to set up this particular play.
Third down and 4. Schroeder's about 7 yards behind the quarterback, and he gets the ball. This time comes near side. He's up near midfield, and he goes down, and that will do it. We have played one half of football here at Sparky DiBiasio Stadium at Euclid High School, and the Chardon Hilltoppers, who trailed 7-0, have come back and scored 9 unanswered points, and they lead going into the half by a score of 9-7. While we've got an opportunity here, we'd like to tell you that tonight's game is being brought to you by Troy Innovative Instruments, Inc. at 17039 Rapids Road in Burton, 44021. Good luck, Hilltoppers. There's Coach Bob Doyle standing out in the rain again. Boswick's True Value Hardware, Chardon Plaza, 286-7155. Security Federal Savings and Loan Association, Chardon Plaza, 285-2111. Since 1916, building the American dream. By Quay Buick and Suzuki, Cleveland and Shaker Heights, 721-6000. Quality begins with QUA. By Friedaball Well Drilling Company, 1-800-582-5479 for water and gas wells, pumping systems, water conditioning systems. By Clemson Excavating, commercial, industrial, residential, general excavating, roadwork, demolition, and sewers. By Bill Spear Chrysler Plymouth Incorporated, Ohio's only 29-time winner of Award for Excellence, Route 6 east of the Square. A.J. Goulder Electrical Company, Concord, Ohio, 354-2880. Industrial Commercial Experts. By Chardon Square Auto and Body, Water Street, Chardon, 286-7600 for auto repair, auto body, tires, and brakes. By Larry D. Crow, agent for State Farm Insurance at 3545. By Sitco, manufacturer of precision diamond and CBN tooling. By the Chardon Dairy Queen, the treat capital of Chardon. By Quality Auto Group, Buick, Olds, Pontiac, GMC truck. Our name says it all. Route 6 east of the square. By Lawson Ford and Mercury, largest Ford and Mercury dealer in the Tri-County area for sales, service, and leasing parts. Hamden Building Products, lumber and building supplies, Old States Road, 500 feet north of Route 6. By Chardon Giant Eagles, state-of-the-art shopping with bakery, deli, hot foods, and floral departments. We'd also like to thank Waste Management of Ohio, Western Reserve, residential, commercial, industrial, first in service, Tri-County area. Howder's Lawn and Sports Center, your Cub Cadet headquarters, 415 Water Street in Chardon, 286-1041, or 15711 West High Street in Middlefield. Their number is 632-5997. Stop in and see our full line of Cub Cadet power equipment. By Connecticut Incorporated, quality water systems, innovative drinking water systems, non-electric water conditioners and filters for improving your water. Their number 1-800-554-9673. Chuck Ohl Chevrolet Geo Pontiac. You'll like the way we do business. 1 mile east of Chardon Square on Route 6. Their number 286-9000. Chardon Eagles, Geauga Erie 2261. That's at 317 Water Street in Chardon. They say go Hilltoppers. By Junction Auto Sales, Chrysler Dodge Eagle. Dependability since 1931. 286-6161. And by Newman, Leary, and Bryce, attorneys and counselors at law. Boy, we'd really like to thank those folks for bringing you Chardon Hilltopper football once again this season. And if you get a chance, if nothing else, pick up the phone, give them a call, say, hey, we really appreciate the fact you brought us the game. We really had a nice time enjoying that ball game. So that's going to do it right now. We are at halftime. The Hilltoppers lead the Willoughby South Rebels by a score of 9-7. We are at halftime at Sparky DiBiasio Stadium. The Chardon Hilltopper Marching Band is on the field. Let's go down for some halftime entertainment. We are just a couple of seconds away from the second half kickoff here at Euclid High School as the Chardon Hilltoppers lead the Willoughby South Rebels by a score of 9-7. And John, for most of the first half, Willoughby South had the lead. They jumped out to a lead very early at the 8:36 mark and were able to keep that lead all the way down to 27 seconds to go in the half, and you have to wonder how they're going to respond after halftime.
Well, I'll tell you, it's the adjustments that have to be made is what's going to be interesting here. Chardon's got to get Renner involved in it. That's the whole key to their second half success. maybe it's going to the air immediately, opening it up so they got to spread a little deeper so they can get him a little bit more involved. But somehow, Chardon without the fullback is just a team that doesn't do as well. You have to start getting him involved in the ball game.
So Chardon will get the football back to start the second half. And you're right, I think Gary Renner must, not that they didn't try to involve him in the offense, but he just was not able to get things started.
Yeah, I think Willoughby just realized the importance of the fullback in Chardon's game plan here. You know exactly how it does get them motivated, get them moving, and everything is based off the fullback. They decided to flat out take him out, and they did a heck of a job of that.
Gary Renner with 8 carries for only 27 yards in the first half, and Willoughby South set to kick off. They will take on the Chardon special teams here. Mike Lausch to kick off, and there's a line drive kick, and it will be headed in the direction of Zach Braces, and we got flags, and we got whistles, and that should be an offside against.
Yeah, it's the flags laying about the 43-yard line there, so somebody got ahead of the kicker a little bit.
Conversely, on the other side of the coin for South, Schroeder had 12 carries for 106 yards, but a 71-yard run was thrown in there as well, passing. Weidig was 3 of 7 for 83 yards, and Lulo was 1 of 7 for 6 yards. Nick Goshi intercepted 1 pass for 11 yards. As a team, total yards gained, 123 for Willoughby South, 141 for Chardon.
Yeah, but I think the name of the game is the rushing yardage there, where Chardon had 58, South 117. Chardon 58 and a half. They can do that very easily in a quarter. To call them at the half is just an outstanding defensive play.
And the kick will be taken by Braces at the 6. Comes popping up the middle across the 20 to the 25-yard line before he is brought down. And a guy we've mentioned on special teams already, John Fink, comes up to make the play.
Yeah, you'll see it here in the replay. Is the deep kick. He really got that thing airborne and got it deep. Braces goes back to about the 6-yard line, brings it up from there, hits the wedge up the middle. It just didn't hold. The deep kick kind of offset the blocking up front, but you still got decent field position, and Chardon just needs to get their offense established immediately. Start pushing it down, get the ball towards the midfield at minimum, if not a score.
So all kinds of movement up front.
Yes,
kind of a crazy way to start this half. We have a penalty on the kickoff, and now the first play from scrimmage, we have an illegal procedure call against the Hilltoppers, and that'll move them back to the 20-yard line. So first down and 15. Brett Weidig remains the Chardon quarterback. We'll see Renner, Montgomery, and Braces in the backfield. Eric McBride will be split to one side. See who comes in at tight end here, because they were working out Keith Jenkins and also Goshi. And it will be Goshi coming in to start the tight end here to begin half number 2. Craig Dees along with John Walsh. Glad you could join us on Topper Replay. Straight up the gut they go. It's Renner.
It's not bad yardage. It's 4 yards, but that penalty opening up still leads it where you got to get the 11 yards to go. Hey, you were right on both counts there. If you look on the other end, the tight end over there is Jenkins. So you got Goshi and Jenkins going in the double tight end formation. They're looking like they want to open up the run here.
Now Montgomery comes out of the ball game. Gain of almost 5 on the last play. Second down and 11. There's Leidig under center. Brett hands the ball to Renner. Renner's across the 30, and he drags tacklers to the 33-yard line, and he'll be a couple of yards shy of a first down.
I don't know what adjustments they made, but they're definitely getting Renner involved in this as they open up, going off that left side. He's running right at the heart there at Jenkins and Aaron Thomas off the tackle there. They're just taking the power, bringing it in, double tight ends, and just going at them hard. I guess that's the adjustment they make to offset them, or the little stunts they're doing. They talked heavy to that offensive line, which besides being big and talented is also very, very bright. they made the adjustments. Maybe they're just getting the blocking assignments down straight.
Third down and a long 2. Again, they go Renner left side. He needed to get across the 35-yard line to get the first down, and he looks like he has it as they'll spot it close to the 36-yard line.
Well, that's definitely the opening of a half that Chardon needed. Get that fullback involved, get those 5-yard average runs in there, and just force the ball down the throat. That's the kind of drive. I mean, you know, the big play is just a breakdown. You can look at it, well, somebody slipped here or did this, that. But this drive where you get 5 yards at a crack and just push it down their throat, that breaks your back. I mean, that just disheartens a defense totally, because it's not one play, it's just power football where they're shoving it on you and goes onto the offense rather than a defensive mistake.
First down and 10 now for the Hilltoppers. Ball's at the 36-yard line. Weidig again with Renner left side, huge hole. He's got the first down and more as he's up near midfield. And a good run there by Gary Renner, and he is definitely picking up a little extra yardage here to start the second half.
This is Chardon football. This is exactly it. Just take it and just power the ball right down the field, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Whatever adjustments they made, they're working very, very well, because this is a totally different looking offense than we saw in the opening up that first half.
So they spot the football at the 49-yard line. It's a first down and 10 now. 9 minutes and 36 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Weidig hands the ball again. It's Renner breaking another tackle. He's across the 40, and he's flung down at the 32-yard line. And another first down for the Hilltoppers.
Well, I'll tell you that, like I said, that 58 yards rushing in the first half really was not typical Chardon football. This is more like it. They've already got close to 40 yards on the ground already, and we're just less than 3 minutes into this quarter.
Jeff Mann was the man who threw Gary Renner down to the ground. The ball is at the 32-yard line of Willoughby South now. First down and 10 again for Chardon. Again, they go with double tights. And this time they come to the near side as braces, and he's tripped up behind the line of scrimmage, and the ball is down by contact. That was Seamus Coyne who came up and made that nice play, because he was about the only thing shy of about a 10-yard gain there. Nice play by Seamus Coyne.
Oh yeah, well there you can see the ball definitely hit the ground. It was ground induced. It wasn't fumbled ball. It was when you upon impact, which ground does not cause fumble is the famous phrase of that.
Just got back to the line of scrimmage, so a second down and 10. All the way down to the 8:27 mark of the first quarter. Chardon with a nice sustained drive. Starting quarter number 3. They go with Renner, and Renner gets to the 30, so he picks up about 3. And a third down and long coming up. And we saw this situation haunt Chardon in the first half, John, where they would get that third down and long yardage.
Yeah, but I think the thing is here, we're in 2-down territory. So actually this, you can look almost at this as being second down. So the next down is the one that really comes into play, how close they can get it, because I think we're a little too deep for a field goal try and a little too far away. So if they can just push that ball in, they're definitely going to be going 4 downs here.
Third down and 8. And Weidig going to keep the football as he's down inside the 20, and he falls forward to the 15, maybe the 14-yard line. But there is a flag on the play back at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, probably in the area where a hole takes place, too. That's a shame, too. That was a heck of a run by Weidig there as he showed tremendous balance, getting knocked off, but just kind of stumbling forward and gaining about a good 6-7 additional yards on that. Again, that's set up. That's the type of play that breaks for the big one, set up by establishing that fullback going up the middle. That's the importance of that. You got to put that little fear where you got to live and suck in on that. That opens up the big plays to the outside.
So that'll bring the football back to the 41-yard line. And that'll bring up a third down and 19 to go. 7.5 minutes and counting.
The penalties have hurt Chardon today. They definitely got to settle in and just do away with those penalties that definitely put a dagger into them.
Weidig going to keep it, runs the option, pitches it back to Braces, and he tries to break a tackle. He's bear hugged and brought down at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, it was good.
Sean Noe made the play for Willoughby South.
Good defensive setup that time by the Willoughby squad. They sealed it off, took the quarterback, also sealed off the pitchman. You can see somebody had the dedication to take him out. They just sealed it good. That's exactly how they got to defense the option. You can't go in and fall for little fakes, give them the inside lanes. Everybody's got an assignment. They got to do it.
That was actually Jeff Mann who made the initial contact. Got to give credit where credit is due. Renner's kick will bounce and go into the end zone, so Willoughby South will get the football back, and they will get it for the first time here in the third quarter, and we're almost halfway through. 6 minutes, 31 seconds to go here in the third quarter, and Chardon hanging on to a 9-7 lead.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the nice thing about that, though, that's Chardon-type football. They established their running game on the inside. Things will open up. That's what they needed to do, just show that they could run their type of football. Now the defense has just got to keep doing this job they've been doing all night long. So I'm going to tell you, the defense has played tremendously because this is a strong South offense.
Schroeder will try to go right side, and Schroeder didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. He was brought down from behind. So a loss on the play. Lulo remains the quarterback. Schroeder and Brian Russ are the men in the backfield. So they do come out to start the second half with the fullback, where we thought they would do that to start the game, and they did not. See a good look at the Chardon faithful who are weathering the storm tonight. But hey, we're used to this kind of weather. This year has been absolutely miserable weather-wise.
Oh, yeah, very much so. But it's been a heck of a season. We've seen some tremendous games. We've announced some tremendous games. There's been some excellent, excellent football. And this is, right now, the first one of the great ones coming up here.
Straight up the middle they go. It's Brian Russ, and he's across the 40-yard line. And he coughed it up as soon as he hit the ground. But the fullback on a quick hitter straight up the gut, and that's a first down for the Rebels.
Yeah, that's the type of play. They do the opposite. They keep hitting the tailback to set up the fullback, so occasionally you can break along with them. While Chardon's the exact opposite. They use the fullback to set up the two halves or the quarterback.
Brian Russ on the season, 463 yards on the ground on 110 carries. His longest run of the year, a 43-yarder. First down and 10 for the Rebels. And it's Schroeder. He tries the left side, gets stacked up. Goshi came up and hit him. The ball might have come loose, but we'll see if they're calling it down.
So I don't know.
Nope, the referee has marked it down.
I tell you, he's trying that little, for that 71-yard touchdown run. He did that cut against the grain. He keeps trying that, but Chardon seals off. You'll see there'll be somebody the inside when he tries to do that. Right there comes across Goshi. They settle in. That's the discipline adjustment a defense has to play. And I'll tell you, this defense has done a super job. Ever since they got broken that first one, they're not letting him do that cut back against the grain move.
Second down and 7 now for the Rebels. Lulo to throw, hit as he throws, and he has a man. It's complete to the tight end, John Pellegrini, and Pellegrini's all the way down to the Chardon 40-yard line, and that's another Rebel first down.
I'll tell you, that Lulo is tough. Goshi shot in on a linebacker blitz there, just leveled him as he was getting rid of Powell. But he still delivered it on target there, got a good gain out of it, got right up. He's one tough little quarterback.
And Ryan Beeler made the play for the Hilltoppers. So first down and 10 for Willoughby South. We're down to 4 minutes and 23 seconds to go here in the third quarter. South on the move. They started all the way back at their own 20-yard line. Quick hitter again. It's Russ, and he breaks through the middle to the 30. He's down to the 20 to the 19-yard line, and there's another first down for the Rebels. And this fullback, this junior fullback, doing it up.
Very much so. He's running, and again, well, that kind of was just a bunch there, and he high-stepped it over and found a little opening in the middle there, went after the yardage, but it's just adjustments made. You know, that Chardon was settling in on Schroeder. They're setting up now, opening rush into the offense here. It's good adjustments by both offenses.
So the ball is at the 18-yard line now, first down and 10. And they hand the ball to Schroeder. Schroeder tries to turn the corner and doesn't get much. Might have got a yard as he went over the right side. Todd Goodwin made the stop for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, this is a good push. And again, a good answering drive by Willoughby so far. It's time for the Chardon defense to settle in a little bit here. take them out of the game, get themselves back into the forefront. But I'll tell you, we do have a classic playoff battle going on right here. Two good teams that deserve to be here and are showing why they're here.
Second down and 9 yards to go for the Rebels. Again, it's the quick hitter, and this time it's Russ, and he falls forward to the 15-yard line. Might have got 2. Actually, they're going to spot it closer to the 16 now.
Yeah, I don't think he got much. I think we had a whistle that we couldn't hear up here, and they blew it dead and kind of released, and he squeezed forward for that extra yard or so. But once that whistle blows, wherever the ball is at that point is where the ball is planted. Ray
Landis and Ken Fester check into the ball game for Chardon. Alex Wysocki is the wide out to the near side. Third down and a short 8. They run a little counter as Jeff Mann, and Jeff Mann didn't fool anybody with that play. Kent Hardesty made the play for Chardon. That's a loss of 3 or 4 yards and a 4th down situation for the Rebels.
Yeah, that was good play by Hardesty. He got his penetration into the backfield there and then waited. A lot of players will go back through the line to pursue, you know, what they think is the counter action there. He held his ground, pursued from behind through the line area there, was waiting when they countered back with man.
Slavko Kusinik in to attempt a field goal from 36 yards away. That will give the Rebels the lead. The snap's a good one. Kusinik, low line drive kick, and that is no good. I don't know if he slipped or just not a good angle at that football, but it went about 4 feet off the ground, and that was not good. So yeah, that will give the ball back to the Hilltoppers.
It looks like he just pulled it there because it looked like the spot was there, and he just didn't get his foot whip into it. I didn't see a slip either. I think he just didn't get good, solid kick on the ball. But Chardon defense, they bend a little bit, but they did not break as they hold and get the ball back on the 20-yard line. Give it back to their offense, see if they can keep the magic going and move the ball.
And they did a great job on the last drive of keeping the ball on the ground and ate up a lot of clock, but could not come up with anything as they still lead it by a score of 9-7. Minute 45 to go. Renner goes the right side down near the 25. So gain of 5 on the play.
Again, went over Hardesty and Denny Benvenuto on that right side of that line there with Goshi at the tight end opening up. They're taking it left, they're taking it right. We've got a referee's timeout. Equipment check or what? I can't see exactly what they're. What's the referees? Somebody gets stepped on or talking amongst themselves?
I don't know if they're making sure the clock is correct. We're down to 1:27 to go here in the third quarter already. We have had no score here. It was started out at the 8:36 mark of the first quarter. Brian Schroeder went 71 yards. The PAT was good, and South led at 7-0. Then with 3:39 to go in the first quarter, is a 27-yard field goal by Scott Makar, and the Hilltoppers climb back into the ball game 7-3. Then with only 27.1 seconds to go in the second quarter, it was Brett Weidig hitting Zach Braces. The PAT was good, and the Hilltoppers led it 9-7, and that's where we stand right now with 1 minute and 15 seconds to go in the third quarter, and the clock is running. Second down, 5 yards to go. And we got all kinds of movement. Scott Makar kind of hiccuped at the 20-yard line and tried to set himself and then just fell forward, and that'll be a legal procedure.
Yeah, I think there was a couple of the backs that moved as well as a couple of the linemen. I don't know. That play was just not meant to be.
Just see Scott leaning forward just a hair. That'll make it a second down and 10. They'll wind the clock up again, and we are down to 1 minute and 3 seconds to go. This time they give it to Montgomery, and Montgomery gets 3 tough yards on the left side. Eric Montgomery hasn't carried the ball a whole lot tonight either, John.
No, that may be about his second or third carry. That's about it. He really hasn't seen that ball much. He was kind of running a little bit of the options, Brazes a couple times, and trying to get Renner opened up early in the first half. Now we've got that third and long situation.
Brian Cassidy on the last tackle for Willoughby South. Third down, 7 yards to go. The ball is at the 23-yard line. We're down to 17 seconds to go here in the third quarter. This will be our last play if they keep it on the ground, and they do. It's Renner, and Renner gets tripped up and falls forward to the 29-yard line, where he will be a yard shy of a first down. And we will come to the end of the third quarter. Well, we're just like we were at the half. Chardon goes to the fourth quarter. They lead Willoughby South by a score of 9-7, and you see Renner just gets tripped up at the ankle there and just cannot get the first down. Fourth quarter action coming up. Number 4 here at Sparky DiBiasio Stadium at Euclid. Hilltoppers lead the Willoughby South Rebels by a score of 9-7. Fourth down and 1 for the Hilltoppers, and that means Gary Renner will come in and punt the football. Adam Lulo back deep at his own 35-yard line for the Rebels. They set up the return. Another nice kick by Renner, and it will take a Chardon bounce, and Lulo takes it at the 26.
Nice tackle.
And that's as far as he goes. Coming up off the bottom of the pile for Chardon was Mitch Hewitt.
Boy, he was down to excellent coverage, and just a sure-handed tackle there. Kick went, got the nice roll out of it, and Hewitt covered it rather rapidly, holding him down there. Good special teams play by Chardon on that opportunity.
That play took no time off the clock. We're still at 12 minutes. That was...
Yeah, you don't see that very often.
That was fast.
I tell you, these high school kids get faster by the year.
They sure do. Watch those 3 or 4 seconds mean something at the end of this ball game. Lulo to throw. Looks underneath, intended for Pellegrini. Flags fly. We're going to have a holding call, I'm sure.
I'm not sure it's not a roughing call.
That ball was thrown right into a pack of 4 extremely large bodies down on the field.
Oh, no. It is on Willoughby.
Yeah. Kirk Wallman and Jason Piles, I think, were 2 guys that they sandwiched somebody down on the ground. And that will move the football back to the 10-yard line. So they've got to get from the 10-yard line to the 37-yard line. So we'll call it first down and 27.
I believe that does add up.
Alex Wysocki is split to the far side. Again, they run Russ and Schroeder in the backfield. First down and 26. They go Schroeder, left side. He hip-hops his way across the 10 and falls forward to near the 14-yard line.
Well, I tell you, that's something the Chardon defense. Ever since that long run, they have flat out taken Schroeder out of this game. They keep trying to give him the ball, but they just won't allow him to do that. They string him out to the outside, cut off his inside lane. They've just totally done a great job of taking him out of here, as Willoughby has taken Renner out of the game.
He was able to get almost 5. So second down and 21. Is that right? 10,
that sounds
21.
right.
That's right. They've got second down and 15. No, second down and 21.
I'll tell you, when you get those first and 27, so you can give up the 5-yard plays and not have to worry about them.
Right. So they wind the clock at 11 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the ball game. The first time these 2 teams played, it was a 1-point game with Chardon the victor. Now Chardon has a 2-point lead with almost a quarter to go. They fake the delay. It's Lulo to throw. Being hit, being sacked all the way back at the 3-yard line.
Oh, you could just see that wall coming in there. What, Aaron Thomas, Fester, and who else was in there? And I think Ryan DeWeese were in there. Just a wall of Hilltoppers coming in, knocking him back down on about the 5-yard line.
Wow, that was exactly what that was. Just a wave coming at him, and Lulo kept backpedaling, but nowhere to go. And
so we got 32, third and 32.
They'll spot the ball at the 5. They have to get to the 37, so it is a third down and a cab ride.
I think you can toss QB sneak out the window from this particular play call.
So the Chardon defense, on top of making it third and a mile, have really won the battle of the field position on this drive for South. Lulo, they run the counter. It's Schroeder, and Schroeder gets hit and dropped at the 5. Nothing doing there. And that would be Ryan Davis coming up to make the play for the Hilltoppers, and a fourth down. And unfortunately for South, Pellegrini will be punting from the shadows of his own goalpost.
That's the whole thing. That's I think all South wanted on that was a 5-yard gain or so to give their punter some room. Now he's got to be real careful because he's going to be very, very close, 2-3 yards from the end line there. Bad snap, and you got real big-time problems.
The Chardon faithful come to their feet below. Pellegrini standing at the end line. He's got to make sure he does not take a step backwards. The snap's a good one, and the lefty kicker gets it off. And it will be a Willoughby south bounce, but Chardon will get the ball in excellent field position at about their 43.5 yard line. So Chardon will try to get a sustained drive, get in the end zone again, and maybe put this game out of reach at the 9.5-minute mark. While we've got a second, we should tell you that Cleveland is a great sports town, and luckily we have a great sports medicine team right here at the Cleveland Clinic. At the clinic and at our family health centers in Independence and Westlake, our sports medicine experts evaluate and treat patients with injuries and illnesses related to sports activity. So if you have a sports injury, let us be part of your team. We'll get you back on your feet and back on the playing field with the same quality care professional athletes count on. Call the Cleveland Clinic Department of Orthopedics at 444-BONE. First down and 10 for the Toppers. Left side they go. It's Renner, and he picks up about 3.
Yeah, I tell you, this team has been known for the last 2-3 years as an offensive machine, but they still are based with defense. I mean, flashy offenses kind of overshadow a good defense. But I'll tell you, so far this game belongs to the defense. They've done a tremendous job. Right there is what they had to do. They not only held South when South was moving the ball before, they actually pushed them back, gave the ball to the offense in good field position. I think it's Chardon's time to put this ball game away.
Second down and 6. Whiting will run the option, and he will keep it. He breaks the tackle. He's across the 30. He's got Lulo to beat, and Adam drags him down at the 21-yard line, but that's well enough for a first down for the Hilltoppers.
See, that's the type of thing I was talking about, why you have to get Renner involved in this offense. That sort of play was just totally sealed off before. Now they got to respect the running on the inside there. They got to pinch in a little bit, cheat to try to stop the powerful fullback. That opens up the outside game. That's what you got to have. You got to have that fullback heavily involved. Even if he's not carrying the ball, you got to get him so he's well respected.
Nice open field tackle by Adam Lulo. That may have saved the touchdown. Again, they go to Renner, and Renner bounces his way to the 15-yard line, so he'll pick up another good chunk of yardage, about 5, and that'll bring up a second down. The clock continues to run. We're down to 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the ball game. Chardon trying to put another nail in it here.
I'll tell you, this would be a deadly nail, too, because I'll tell you right now, they can take it, push it in. That will give them at least the 8, irregardless of the extra point attempt. 8-point lead. And the defense is pumped. They just coming off a superset. South's reeling a little bit at this moment.
Second down and 5. Again, they go to Renner. And Gary might have got 2 or 3 yards as he's down to, looks to be the 11 or 12, depending on where they'll give him the spot. And that'll put him shy of a first down. But it'll be third down and short. Down to 7.5 minutes to go in the game.
This would be an interesting decision if Chardon comes up a little bit short here. I don't know. I'd almost go for it on fourth down. If they fell just a little bit short, you know, say they held a no gain on this particular play, I seriously think I'd go for it.
Kevin Platt's in as a tight end now for Chardon. Again, they go. It's Renner, and it's a first down, and Gary plows his way down to the 6-yard line.
Kind of academic, but I'm curious as to what Coach Doyle's thinking would have been on that.
I'm sure he's glad he didn't have to think about it.
Oh, yeah, this makes it so much easier. It's automatic thought. Now you look at your first down play sheet.
Seamus Coyne was just hanging on to Gary Renner and dragged him down finally at the 6-yard line. So it's a first down and goal for the Hilltoppers with 6 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the ball game. Whiting will run the option. He'll keep it. He's inside the 5 to the 2 to the 1, and that's where he will go down. Does not get into the end zone, and that's kind of sort of good news for Chardon, assuming that they can take 3 plays and punch it in. The clock continues to run. We're under 6.5 minutes to go.
Oh, yeah, as you see the replay here, takes it. See, they're sealing on that. They're watching the outside guy. Montgomery's taking on the block there. You got that inside lane open. He just kind of put his shoulders forward and went. We have South taking a timeout here.
Ryan Anderson on the tackle as the Chardon faithful come to their feet to applaud this offense, which has moved the ball pretty well here in the second half. As of right now, though, they've got nothing to show for it, but they have definitely kept the Willoughby South Rebel defense on the field for much of this second half.
Yeah, that's the important thing, wearing them down and all.
But while we've got a second, we want to tell you that other programming we're planning for the winter includes school events featuring students in Berkshire, Cardinal, and Chardon systems, and we hope you enjoyed the election results that we had this past week. We also plan on programming Channel 24 with news and information, public service announcements, video valentines, birthday greetings, and more. This service is just for Northern Geauga County. Welcome aboard. We're glad to have you with us, and if you have any programming suggestions, you can write us, and we did get a letter. Bob Johnson dropped us a little note, and very appreciative of that. Thanks for taking the time to drop us a note. And Bob enjoyed the Berkshire Cardinal game last weekend.
Yes, we did too.
We certainly did, and it's just nice to hear from folks and know that they enjoy what we're doing. You can write us at GTV. That's Post Office Box 336 in Chardon. That's GTV, Post Office Box 336 in Chardon. Or you can get a hold of us at JVKS32A at Prodigy.com. We'll give you the CompuServe in a minute. You can keep rolling the tape back till you figure out exactly what I was saying. Second down and 1.
Touchdown.
Straight up the gut they go, and touchdown. So Chardon gets back into the end zone.
Important point after here, I'll tell you. This will put it out of reach, or one score, they can't tie it up. As you can see, Brett Whiting just goes over the pile there. You see Renner and you see Goshi there with their referee impersonations, holding their hands up, letting everybody know it's a score.
Scott Mackar in to attempt the PAT. And Scott
looks good.
Puts that one through. So at the 6-minute and 15-second mark, 16-7 now, Chardon leads it.
That's the important kick.
That's huge.
Had to have that kick. That gives it a 9-point. The best they could do on one series is score 8. And I'll tell you that it's going to be tough to score again twice against that defense. I think South's really, really got to dig in hard.
Yeah, it sure is. One more time on these addresses, in case you missed it. And, of course, if you're taping the game, feel free to roll it back until you get it right. GTV, Post Office Box 336 in Chardon, or you can get a hold of us at JVKS32A at Prodigy.com or 72570.3657 at CompuServe.com. The CompuServe number again is 72570.3657 at CompuServe.com. The umbrellas start to come out again as pretty light rain comes down here at Sparky DiBiasio Stadium.
Is it raining right now?
Yeah, just a little bit.
I can't even tell. It's dry in the booth here, though, which is real enjoyable. Rainy nights like this, it's best to be in a booth.
Had a chance to talk with Dan Hoffman, one of the volunteer coaches here at Chardon, and Dan, of course, was the head football coach at Willoughby South the last time the Rebels made it to the playoffs back in
successful coach.
1986, and still teaches over at Willoughby South. And he said it's been an interesting week, but he was joking around with some of the Willoughby South players about the fact that they had this big game today, and they were all looking forward to it, I think, and mutual respect on each side there. So it was nice to talk to Dan, and it was about an hour before game time, and he said, I just can't wait to get this thing started.
Oh, yeah.
Driving them crazy walking underneath the stadium.
I'll tell you, both these teams have deserved the full applause. They've had tremendous seasons. They both played like champions this evening. It's great to see this in a playoff game.
Mackar to kick. The ball rolls, and they're going to run a little reverse, and Cassidy has it, dropped it, picked it back up, and he has the football at the 23-yard line, and that's where South will take over. First down and 10. Don't forget, if you're watching top or replay right here on GTV, and it's Monday night, right before the big Monday night football game, you can tune in again and see us Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock right here on Channel 24. Glad you could join us again. And like we said, as long as Chardon's in the playoffs, you'll get to see their games either through WVIZ Channel 25 or through the John and Craig Show.
Craig and John, you can take top billing.
Oh, thank you.
That's
Appreciate
fine.
that. Well, you're the Chardon guy. You ought to get top billing. The ball's at the 23-yard line. It's a first down and 10 as Lulo goes back to throw. A little underneath pass is incomplete. Falls harmlessly at the 30-yard line. Clock is stopped with 6:02 to go.
I'm not sure if that wasn't tipped at the line of scrimmage, to be quite honest with you, because it just looked like it flailed a little bit. Oh, there's a good close-up. Can't tell exactly who that is. It's one of the Chardon players.
Oh, good analysis there.
Yeah, well, I can read. I can read helmets. Yeah, I guess that was kind of an obvious statement, wasn't it?
You're always the ever insightful John.
You bet. Remember, I used to be dull.
That's right. I keep forgetting. Second down and 10. Lulo throws. Pass is complete on the near sideline. Alex Wysocki comes up to make a fine grab at the 30-yard line. That'll be a couple of yards shy of a first down. The clock is stopped as he must. Nope, the clock is running. Under 5:50 to go.
It's like putting a thread through the needle there, because there really wasn't much room there as Ryan Davis came across. Good tight coverage, dove in front. I'm surprised that ball got through there.
Third down, 3 yards to go, 5.5 minutes to go. Wysocki is the man you see split wide to the top of your screen.
Big play for South. Big play.
And Lulo to throw. Lulo being chased, so screen pass complete to Brian Russ, and he's got the first down. He makes it to the 34-yard line.
I'll tell you, Ray Landis, big old Ray Landis, and Ryan DeWeese came up there, read that inside little screen there. Watch how they pull him back. And I'll tell you, he didn't get the first down by very much. You know, he came close. I thought the tackle where they were actually pulling back, not letting them drive forward, might have held him back from it, but he got just enough to cross that stripe.
They split man to the far side, Wysocki to the near side. Under 5 minutes to go in the ball game. It's a first down and 10 for the Rebels. Schroeder hit behind the line of scrimmage, and he will lose 4 or 5. The first, Goshi was there. Also coming up off the bottom of the pile was Ray Landis.
I'll tell you, they're just sitting on Schroeder. They got to find something else. Maybe go back to the air, open rush more in the offense. But Schroeder, you can't be using him as your go-to man now. They're sitting on him far too much. I don't think he's going to be able to break one. You got to go to him on occasion, but you can't use him as your prime back. You got to open up somewhere else.
Second down, 13 yards to go. A loss of 3 on the last play. Lulo to throw, looking underneath and not even close to being into the hands of the intended receiver, Seamus Coyne. And again, Lulo hit to the deck at the 20-yard line.
I'll tell you, that was Jenkins, a 300-pounder coming out. That Lulo is tough. He's taking hits. He's taking hard, direct hits as he's trying to deliver. Maintains his composure and somehow or another gets up after every one. He's one tough quarterback and a very, very fine athlete.
Only 5'9", 160 pounds on the season coming into today's ball game. South is taking a heck of a lot of time, and they're going to have to burn a timeout here, I think. They are taking entirely too much time in the huddle.
They can't afford to be dropped back another. Yeah, they just grabbed one right there.
Yep, and South has to take a timeout.
Lulo looks he's upset, too.
On the season, Adam Lulo is 57 of 102 for 849 yards, including 10 touchdowns. That's almost 56% passing through the air, so a very productive season for this quarterback. So it'll be a third down and 13. So South chose, I think, wisely, John. There's a good look at Nick Goshi talking to head coach Bob Doyle. I think when you look at this Willoughby South team, you're better off taking that timeout than taking that 5-yard penalty at that point.
Oh, you have to. I mean, right now you're sitting there with your whole season hanging on one down primarily. If they don't get the first down, it could be the total end of their season. You got a 3rd and 14, which is not easy play to do. Turning that into a 3rd and 19 makes it all that much more difficult. You have to do it. You can't afford the penalty in this case.
Actually, it's looking more like a third down and 14 from where the ball is at. 4 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the ball game. And the way this Chardon defense has been playing as the fans below us come to their feet, trying to spark this defense for one more stand, and the defense has played outstanding. One bad play defensively. There's a screen play. It's Pellegrini, and there's a flag.
It was a hold. I saw it. One of the linemen out there in that little screen left or something just grabbed hold of Todd Goodwin and held on to him.
I think it was Jason Piles, number 63. You'll get another look at it.
Watch on the outside, see if you can see it. You can see him holding right there in front of this. Good camera work on that, picking that up. I saw it. I wasn't sure, and all of a sudden I see the yellow trailing into it.
Nick Goshi on the tackle again. Boy, what a week he's having. He has played one outstanding defensive football game tonight.
Boy, doesn't it seem like there's about 3 of them out here?
Yeah.
God, he's been all over the field. He's been blitzing in on the quarterback pass coverage, getting the outside sweeps, all the inside stuff. He's been a one-man force, doing a heck of a job today.
3rd down and 23. The ball is spotted at the 21-yard line of Willoughby South. The clock continues to run. 3 minutes and 42 seconds to go. Mulo looking across the middle, and it's knocked down. Todd Goodwin knocked that one down. Don't know if he'd have had a chance to pick it off, but he decided just to wrap it down to the ground, and that'll bring up a 4th down and maybe the last offensive play of the year for Willoughby South.
I would think so, and it's kind of one of those, you're sitting there, 4th down, 19. You have the ball on your own 20-yard line. That's not a normal time to go. Well, they may not be going for it.
They were,
but it's kind of like you got to get 2 scores. You're down 9 points. I really think they have to go for it. You really don't have any choice right now. It's throw in the towel, and I guess that's what they're doing unless they got some sort of a fake punt, which I'm sure Chardon doesn't even have. They got one guy semi-deep. They really don't have a deep man.
And they run the fake. And it's Seamus Coyne who throws, and it's completed. Right down the sideline they go to Alex Wysocki. And boy, how do you not defend that?
I don't know. It was telegraphed. Like I said, they had to go for it, but they got the 1st down out of it. The play was executed. They had like a real deep safety man rather than a man back for a punt.
Boy, that's an embarrassing situation for the defense there, because you know they're not going to punt the football. They can't punt the football because they're not going to be that kind of. I mean, what's the difference if you lose by 9 or you lose by another touchdown?
That's what I said. So, a punt is throwing in the towel that we quit.
And Coach Eicher was not about to do that.
No.
So Lulo to throw. The Rebels have life. The pass is incomplete. Scott Makar check that, Eric Montgomery on the coverage of Jeff Mann.
I'll tell you, the timing on that was beautiful. Just as the pass was arriving, he hit him, jarred it loose. It was really, I mean, if the receiver had held on, it would have been one fantastic hit. Good, solid play by Eric Montgomery on that.
So 3:18 to go in the game. The clock is stopped because of the incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10. And Lulo with the delay. Russ looking to throw. He's thrown one pass all year, and he launches this one, and it's complete, and there'll be pass interference as well. Montgomery pulled on the jersey of Alex Wysocki, but Alex was able to bring that in all the way to 15-yard line, and this has been kind of a wild and wacky last series for the Rebels.
Oh, very much so. I'll tell you, he got position on Montgomery. Montgomery had him covered deep. Pass was a little underthrown. He came over, and you'll see Montgomery just grabs the jersey, but it really didn't matter since he caught the pass anyhow. It's going to end up in the same place. See, he's just beat, and it was like, oh, God, what do I do?
Brian Russ had only thrown one pass all year. That was incomplete. So now he's 1 out of 2. That's not a bad percentage.
Well, even better playoff percentage passing. Yet Willoughby doesn't have that quit in him. They're coming back again, and boy, we're setting up for one fantastic finish here.
So 2 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the ball game. Chardon leads Willoughby South by a score of 16-7, but the Rebels are driving. They've got the football inside the 20-yard or inside the 15-yard line at almost the 14.
I was looking at that football field a minute ago. There were 2 footballs laying down there. Did you notice that?
I tell you,
That's kind of
got to be frustrating for the Chardon coaches on these last 2 plays, John, because those are the kind of things that, boy, you hope in this situation that you don't get sucked into, and right now they have.
Well, the last one, not so bad. The fake punt, though, is the one that really you got to have the coverage on.
I'd like to thank the good folks here at Euclid High School, Spencer Kane and his whole staff here, for making us feel very much at home tonight at Euclid. We haven't been here, at least I haven't been, since last season at this time, and once again, always an enjoyable experience for us coming to Sparky DiBiasio Stadium. There's 3 minutes and 7 seconds on the clock right now.
It's a lot of football time left, I'll tell you.
I think they actually put more time back on. They called upstairs, because wasn't there 2-something, I believe? So it is a 1st down and 10. They've spotted the football just inside the 15-yard line, so it's a 1st down and 10. Lulo, he's not got his hands outstretched. I don't know what he was questioning, and he will go to throw. He will look, and he will get sacked. He got hit by Chris Dakowitz and also Jared Honigman, who came in to make the big sack.
Boy, I tell you, they came in there like that was almost a screen set up. They just blew right up the gut there. Both of them came in tandem together and just buried Ludlow.
That'll move the football all the way back to the 22-yard line. So now it's a 2nd down and 17. South can get a 1st down inside the 4. The clock continues to run. 2:21 to go. Lulo to throw again. He's being chased. He gets it flying, and the ball is incomplete. Eric Montgomery separated man from ball down at the 10-yard line. The pass was intended for Alex Wysocki.
Well, I tell you, his timing, that's the 2nd one here, where his timing's just been excellent. Just as that ball's arriving, he lays a hard hit on there, separates man and ball. Excellent job of coverage by Montgomery.
3rd down, 17 now. Lulo looks over to the sideline for the play.
I'll tell you, a couple minutes ago, this ball game was all but over. All of a sudden, we've got a little excitement added back into it.
Seamus Coyne leaves. Jeff Mann comes in. And again, Willoughby South taking a lot of time between plays here. Third down and 17. The officials have some sort of... The referee came over to the sideline. I don't know what the conversation was all about. But it is a 3rd down, and it is 17 yards to go. We're down to 2:09 to go. And Lulo to throw again. Lets it fly, and the pass is complete. And that's Wysocki again. It looks like he caught it, but at the 14-yard line. Well, he's a lot shy, because that's where the original line of scrimmage was.
Oh, that's right. I'm looking at the wrong stake, aren't I?
So it's a
little shy of the 10-yard mark.
Right. It's a nice pass and a nice grab. Well thrown over the head of Ryan Beeler and into the hands of Alex Wysocki. So that's a 4th down now for the Rebels, and 11. And Chardon is going to take a timeout.
Now,
got to catch our breath there.
Willoughby, here you can think of taking a 3-pointer. It's very possible they might take the 3-pointer. And be quite honest with you, I think that might be their best approach, because it's reached the point. I think they only have 1 timeout left.
I think so.
Is all South has. So consequently, Chardon can pretty much run it out. So you're going to have to get 2 scores. One of them being a field goal is fine. And this sets up the opportunity to set up the field goal or fake from the field goal. So you got the 2 ways to go in here. You're going to need the 2 scores. I'd almost set it up. I mean, whether you're going to fake or not is where the play calling comes into action. But I think you need to do that.
So right now, the way the ball is spotted at the 17-yard line, it'll be a 34-yard field goal. And there is 1 timeout left for South. So 4th down and 12. And that's what it looks like. Slavko Kusinik is now into the ball game, and they will spot the football at the 23-24-yard line.
You got to watch for the fake, too. They got to be cognizant of that.
34-yard attempt for Kusinik. And the kick is a low line drive kick. It's got the distance, and it's good. So with 1:35 to go in the ball game, Kucinich hits, we'll call it a 34-yard field goal. And the score is now 16-10. So South is not dead yet, and you know very well that they will come up with an onside kick here, John.
Oh, yeah, because with the one timeout, they're almost forced to go into that situation.
So 1:34 to go. And the good hands people, I'm sure, will be in for Chardon as they will anticipate the onside kick of the Willoughby South Rebels. And that's exactly who does come up to the line of scrimmage for Chardon.
Oh, yeah, these are all your good hands people. You got your corners, you got your receivers, you got your backs.
When you got the teens and the 20s on the field up front, you know exactly.
Yeah, you're not going to have your 60s, 70s with the heavy-duty arm pads and the padded gloves and all that other stuff. You're going to have your people who are used to handling the ball, for one thing, and have the best hands.
They will have 9 people between the 50 and the 45 of Chardon. And Chardon will have, I should say Willoughby South, will have Jason McGee that appear. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That is the other kicker that they have, Lausch. And there's a squiver, and it is bouncing up in the air, and the ball is loose. It's on the deck, and I think Chardon's got it. Coming up off the bottom, it might be Renner. Gary Renner is the one who comes up with that onside kick, and that was a dandy kick there.
Oh, excellent. It was wide open for Willoughby South to recover. That's exactly what you want. You want those high bouncers that goes to 10 yards. Once it hits the 40, it's a live ball at that point. And I'll tell you, they had a shot. They had a little jump ball situation by the sideline there. Was it Cassidy, I believe, that was in on that? They did have a shot at recovering that one.
They sure did.
Luckily for Chardon, they came up with it.
So first down and 10 for the Hilltoppers. They will not really have to do anything but take a knee a couple times, and this thing will be over. Minute 34 to go. Whiting, they do hand the ball off anyway, and it's Renner over the left side, who plows his way to the 49-yard line. Seamus Point on the tackle for South. So another valiant effort by Willoughby South appears to be coming up short.
Yeah, I tell you,
the Hilltoppers will knock them off for the second time this year.
You're running up against a team that's rolled over other teams, that beat you once already, has a history of playoff, stepping up levels and all. South gave them everything they could possibly want. They played a tremendous game, represented their school fantastically in this playoffs, and just showed that they got a solid program.
Whiting, they will hand the ball again. It's Renner, and Renner goes to the left side, and he is pulled forward to the 48-yard line. He'll be about 3 yards shy of a first down. The clock continues to run. Actually, the clock is stopped now, and no,
yeah, I was going to say, I can't see Chardon taking a timeout in that. The referee kind of says, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. Spun around and waved as Willoughby takes what we believe is their last timeout. 44.0 left on the clock.
Should be their last timeout. There was one up on the clock, and that should be erased after this. But the referee did a little 180 there as he started to look toward the Chardon huddle and spun around and signaled the Rebels.
I give him good style points, though, Greg. I thought he looked rather well doing it. It was kind of one of those, I'm just being fancy, I'm not being stupid. And spun it around the other direction.
So the Chardon Hilltoppers look as though they will live to see another week. And they will play the winner of Solon and Wadsworth, is it?
Yeah, and that should be, again, one whale of a game as we start off our playoff season here with a very, very good opener, and both teams deserving to win. Fortunately for Chardon, they're the ones that are going to look like they're going to run away with this one.
Get out my notes here and see exactly what is. It is Wadsworth against Solon. They're playing tonight at Finney Stadium.
Yeah, I just had somebody writing on the window asking if we knew the Solon score, and
Oh,
we
is that
don't.
what that guy wanted?
Yeah, it took me a long time to figure out.
3rd down and 3. Renner goes to the left side, and if he made it to the 45-yard line, that would be a 1st down.
Doesn't really matter. The clock's running. We're down to 31 seconds now. Continues to run.
And they'll spot it about a football length shy.
They don't even have to take the snap.
Not quite sure that Chardon even has to run another play. I don't believe they do, because they blew the game or the huddle clock at about the 24-second mark. So I think that'll do it. So Willoughby South, after a valiant season, they go 8-2, and they end up losing this ball game to Chardon as the clock continues to run down. And Chardon continues upon the road to Massillon, or so they hope, as the Hilltoppers. Oh, what do we got? We got a delay against Chardon. They will have to run a play now. Probably put 1 second back on the clock.
Yeah.
But it's all academic right now.
Yeah, it's one of those that's not even worth putting any time back in the clock.
So Weidig will take a knee, and that'll do it, because they're putting 2 seconds back up on the clock. But Chardon made it to Massillon 2 seasons ago in 1994, and we were there, and it was wonderful to bring that state championship back to Chardon. I met a guy at a restaurant last week who said, "Aren't you the guy that does the hill?" I said, yeah, John and I. He goes, "You know, we watch that state championship game once a month."
I've talked to people who have sent it to California internationally.
Renner goes across the left side, and that will officially run out the clock, and Chardon Hilltoppers advance to the next round of the playoffs. A very hard-fought effort and a very good ball game as the Hilltoppers defeat the Willoughby South Rebels by a score of 16-10. Let's quickly wrap it up before we get to the credits, John. Chardon did what it took to win tonight, and a very tough foe they had to face.
I'll tell you, the South team just did one excellent job there. It was the adjustments at halftime. Like we said, you know, right at the end of the half, they got to get Renner involved. They got him involved. It just opens that whole offense up for all kinds of variations.
Well, that's gonna do it from here. Thanks again for watching the Ohio High School Athletic Association football tournament presented by the Cleveland Clinic and these terrific sponsors of ours. Troy Innovative Instruments, Inc. at 17039 Rapids Road in Burton, 44021. Good luck to the Hilltoppers. Boswick's True Value Hardware, Chardon Plaza, 286-7155. Security Federal Savings and Loan Association, Chardon Plaza, 285-2111. Since 1916, building the American dream. By Quay Buick and Suzuki, Cleveland and Shaker Heights, 721-6000. Quality begins with QUA. Friedabah Well Drilling Company at 1-800-582-5479 for water and gas wells, pumping systems, water conditioning systems. By Clemson Excavating, commercial, industrial, residential, general excavating, roadwork, demolition, and sewers. Bill Spear, Chrysler Plymouth, Inc., Ohio's only 29-time winner of Award for Excellence, Route 6, just east of the square. By A.J. Goulder Electrical Company, Concord, Ohio, 354-2880, industrial commercial experts. By Chardon Square Auto and Body, Water Street in Chardon, 286-7600 for auto repair, auto body, tires, and brakes. By Larry D. Crow, agent of State Farm Insurance, 285-3545. By Sitco, manufacturer of precision diamond and CBN tooling. By the Chardon Dairy Queen, the treat capital of Chardon. By Quality Auto Group, Buick Olds Pontiac GMC truck, our name says it all, Route 6, east of the square. By Lawson Ford and Mercury, largest Ford Mercury dealer in the Tri-County area for sales, service, and leasing, as well as parts. By Hamden Building Products, lumber and building supplies, Old State Road, just 500 feet north of Route 6. By Chardon Giant Eagle, state-of-the-art shopping with bakery, deli, hot foods, and floral departments. We'd also like to thank these folks: Waste Management of Ohio Western Reserve, residential, commercial, industrial, first in service, Tri-County area. By Howder's Lawn and Sports Center, your Cub Cadet headquarters, and there's two of them, one at 415 Water Street in Chardon, 286-1041, and at 15711 West High Street in Middlefield at 632-5997. Stop in and see our full line of Cub Cadet power equipment. By Kinetico Incorporated, quality water systems, innovative drinking water systems, non-electrical water conditioners and filters for improving your water. 1-800-554-9673. By Chuck Ohl Chevrolet Geo Pontiac, you'll like the way we do business. 1 mile east of the Chardon Square on Route 6. It's 286-9000. By Chardon Eagles, Geauga Erie, 2261-317 Water Street, Chardon. Go Hilltoppers. And by Junction Auto Sales, Chrysler, Dodge, and Eagle. Dependability since 1931. I got one more here. Oh, those good folks at Newman, Leary, and Bryce, attorneys and counselors at law. There you see the number 286-9549. Well, that's going to do it from here. For my partner, John Walsh, I'm Craig D. saying so long. The final again, Chardon 16, South 10. We'll talk again down the road.